listening to B2B Tech Talk with Ingram Micro, the place to learn about new technology and technological advances before they become mainstream. This podcast is sponsored by Ingram Micro's Imagine Next. It's not about the destination. It's about going someplace you never thought possible. Go to imaginenext.ingrammicro.com to find out more. Let's get into it.
Welcome to B2B Tech Talk with Ingram Micro. I'm your host, Keri Roberts, and my guest today is Jeff Incorvia, a senior vendor business manager at Ingram Micro. Welcome, Jeff. Thank you for being here today.
Hey, Keri, thank you very much. I'm real excited about it.
We have another exciting announcement for our listeners today. Adobe Products are coming to the Ingram Micro Cloud Marketplace fall 2020. And Adobe is in this transformation path, meaning it used to be sold in boxes and now it's a subscription-based model. Jeff, can you tell us more about this transformation?
Sure, no problem. So as we all know, Adobe is a global brand. I mean, I don't think we've ever been on a computer without seeing something from Adobe, either the logo or anytime we open an attachment, Adobe's there in front of us. So what they've been doing over, I would say, the last 6+ years is moving from, like everyone else, a piece of software that you bought off a shelf at a store, and now bringing it to instant gratification. So you're able to point, click, order something, and for the end user, be using it, in minutes to hours versus days or weeks.
And can you tell us a little bit more about the Ingram Cloud Marketplace for those that don't know about it, and how does the Cloud Marketplace open up opportunities to new selling models?
Sure. So the Ingram Cloud Marketplace is our version of a web store or an e-commerce destination for our reseller partners. So this gives them the opportunity to offer cloud-based SaaS or services to their end customers in what I would call like a point-and-click experience. You see it, you buy it, and you click. Going away are the old model of quoting the customer, getting a PO, sending a PO, waiting for it to be processed. So again, things that may have taken days or in sometimes even weeks now can be done in minutes and hours.
And which products are currently available and which are not on this platform at this time?
Sure. So Adobe is offering up two of what I would call their flagship products. I think most of the people who use technology are very familiar with them. There's Adobe Acrobat, or what is commonly referred to as PDF. Adobe invented PDF, and there's a lot of other people who work with it, but Adobe's that name that's synonymous with documents and editing and that file format. And then the more exciting products, at least for me, what I would call Adobe Creative Cloud. So these are the products that all those people out there in advertising and marketing and just artistic folks use, like Photoshop and Illustrator and InDesign, making all the cool graphics in movies and TV shows and magazines and things that we see every day.
And for those that are kind of wondering, what is the difference between Adobe's Document Cloud and the Creative Cloud?
Sure. It kind of goes hand in hand with the product set. So Document Cloud aligns with Acrobat. As I mentioned, we all use Acrobat Reader. It's free. It's on every computer or PC or tablet or phone that we work with. If you're opening up an attachment, the majority of the time it's Adobe Reader that you're using to view that document with. But the product that's coming to the marketplace is Adobe Acrobat, both Standard and Pro. This allows you to create those documents, edit those documents, convert them. How many times have we had one file format and need to turn it into another because maybe we're going from Mac to PC or vice versa, or Google Docs to Microsoft Suites, and we need them to talk to each other and be viewable to all users. So that's where Acrobat and what Adobe calls Acrobat Cloud, that whole family of products, is in the Document Cloud. And then the other side is Creative Cloud. Again, those fun to use, I would say, programs, the ones where you can take any photo, and if you're on Twitter or Instagram, we all see the photos that are enhanced in some way or another to make a funny meme or a GIF or a joke or something, as well as others, like I mentioned, Illustrator, InDesign. Those are the ones that are used for professional ad agencies, marketing departments to make those advertisements and those things catch our eye and pop. Anything to do with images and every different way you can change them or make them your own.
You also suggest that literally any reseller can enter the Adobe Marketplace. Why do you think this is for all resellers, and how can it help their business?
Sure. So that's the great thing about the VIP marketplace, or the Adobe VIP marketplace, which all these products eventually will be under that umbrella, is that it lowers the barrier of entry. Today, if resellers want to be an Adobe business partner, there's a process. You have to sign up and become a registered partner with Adobe. And then if you want to get into more deeper solution selling, you then have to upgrade that registration and become a certified Adobe partner. Those steps are taken out of it when you leverage the offers that are part of the Adobe VIP marketplace, which is sold via the Ingram Micro Cloud marketplace. So as long as you have an active Ingram Micro account and you're a reseller in good standing, you can go to our marketplace, search it by Adobe, find the product you're interested in, and like I mentioned before, point, click, order, and again, hours and minutes versus days.
And is Ingram able to help resellers in the process of selling this? Because if they're not used to doing it, they might need some help with it.
Sure. So Ingram and Adobe have had a long-standing relationship. I've been lucky to be part of it for the last 7 years, but it existed well before me. So we've got a dedicated team just for Adobe within Ingram Micro. Today, they're the Adobe licensing team, and that's how all transactions have been completed up until now. So when it is live in the fall of 2020, the marketplace will just be an enhancement or a new path to be able to secure these solutions and provide them to end customers. So leverage the existing Adobe expertise that we have in staff at Ingram Micro.
And I'm curious, Jeff, can you share with us one of your favorite Adobe apps that you might recommend to an organization and why you like it?
Yeah, so I guess I'm partial, of course, because I've worked on the Adobe line for many years, but that's kind of a two-part answer. So work, Jeff, it's Adobe Acrobat, right? I mean, I don't know how many times in the past I've created some huge PowerPoint for a presentation and it's giant and I can't even email it because it's so big. I use Adobe Acrobat, I turn it into a PDF. Something that might be 50 gigs is down to 1, and I can easily add it to an email and send it out. And the person who gets it can read it, in a format that isn't all jumbled, and they can make sense of, what I'm going to present. So that's work, Jeff. Home, Jeff, it's back to Creative Cloud, and it's Photoshop. And although I would in no ways call myself a professional with any of these tools, I just think it's really cool that you can take a photo. And one thing I've done for my family is just take a great shot. It could be kids, it could be pets, it could be the whole family. And there's a little tool within Photoshop that you can make it look like an oil painting. And who's got time to learn how to be an artist and really paint with oils anymore, but I can just take a picture and turn it into one.
Yeah, I personally love the Adobe Photoshop Lightroom because like you said, you can adjust kind of the images to fit your brand. So they have a lot of great stuff. And I think it's great that you're sharing some of your personal favorites as well. When you think of technology as a whole, where do you see it going within the next year?
Wow, just in the next year, things move so fast. Normally, I would have said, hey, processors might get a little faster, but that happens every day now. I guess the easiest way to say it is everything cool that you see on TV and in the movies is going to be something that you can do probably next year. And an example of that is, think of all those Marvel Avenger movies where there isn't even a screen there and they're throwing up images and then expanding them and contracting them and moving them all around. We do that on our phones today with our finger and our thumb, and we make a picture bigger. Now we're just going to do it with expressions and fingertips, and there won't even be any hardware. I kind of geek out on the stuff. I kind of think of it as what my parents' science fiction is our everyday life.
Yeah, I love that take. That's definitely interesting and exciting at the same time to see it come to fruition in our lifetime. Where can people learn more about everything we talked about, and if they have questions about anything we spoke about today?
There's a couple different entry points and groups to talk to at Ingram Micro. So if it's just learning about Adobe and you want to understand, hey, what does it mean to be an Adobe partner? What does it mean to sell Adobe products? Within Ingram Micro, like I had mentioned, go to our Adobe licensing team. It's a real easy email, adobe-licensing@ingrammicro.com, and those experts can talk to you about the programs and the selling motions. But what we've been talking about today is mostly about Cloud Marketplace and those products that we're going to see on the Cloud Marketplace. So you could also go to us.cloud.im and that's the US version of Ingram's Cloud Marketplace. And that's where you'll be able to find the products, source or purchase the products if you need to, but you'll also see knowledge-based articles and other collateral to help you understand what it means not only to sell the products for Adobe, but how they might fit with your existing business model. And then you could always just pick up the phone and call your Ingram sales rep, and they'll point you to the right direction.
Well, thank you so much, Jeff, for sharing your knowledge and some exciting things that are coming in fall 2020, and also your passion for this as well. We appreciate it.
Hey, no problem, Keri. I always look forward to it. And if you need anything else, let me know.
If you like this episode or have a question, join the discussion on Twitter at Ingram TechSoul with the hashtag B2B Tech Talk. Thank you for tuning in and subscribing to B2B Tech Talk with Ingram Micro.
You've been listening to B2B Tech Talk with Ingram Micro, hosted by Keri Roberts. This episode was sponsored by Ingram Micro's Imagine Next. B2B Tech Talk is a joint production with Sweetfish Media and Ingram Micro. Ingram Micro production handled by Laura Burton and Christine Fan. To not miss an episode, subscribe today on your favorite podcast platform.